to share with you 12 critical questions to ask before you buy a property in Nigeria. I'm making this video from the place of regret, from my personal experience, and I don't want you to have the same experience. So every question I'll be sharing with you here, don't take it lightly. And don't ever think that that subscription form you are given to fill has all the question in its FAQ. You still need to ask these questions to be sure of what you're getting yourself involved in. And if you're going to be working with me to own your property this year, I expect you to come correct and ask me these questions before we proceed with the purchase, right? It will show that I'm professional and I know what I am doing. So these questions will help you verify property security and long-term value. They also cover where you're buying for land or you're buying houses. These questions are appropriate for different kinds of property, right? I'm Madam Landlady, and my job is to help you invest in safe and profitable investments right here in Nigeria. So in no particular order, number one, you need to ask, is the property safe even if I don't build immediately? Now, there are cases where you buy a land and you don't build for like 2 years, and then you come back to discover that the land has been reallocated to someone else or encroached upon by third parties. Especially if you buy those Omonile lands. So you need to ask if the property is safe if I hold for a long time, or is this something I have to buy right now and start building immediately? You also should ask, what are the restrictions on what you can build due to zoning regulations? Some locations may not permit to do high-rise buildings and all of that. So ask, is it safe if I hold for a long time? And then what are the restrictions on what I can build on my property? The second question you want to ask is, what is the ownership history of this property? You need to understand the chronology of ownership. Was it a family land? Is it government acquired? What exactly? Especially if it's secondary sale, lands that have moved from one person to another over time. You need to ask the chronology of ownership. And the third question you need to ask is, what title document backs up this property? Documents are your real security. In a case where title has not been perfected for the property, you need to ask, what's the timeline? And also ask, who bears the costs of perfecting titles, right? The next question you should ask is, can I resell my property at any time? And what are the conditions to reselling? Some properties requires the developer's approval, transfer fees, and all of that. So ask how resale is handled. Also ask, what are the other payments that comes after the land or the house purchase? Some properties do not come all inclusive. So ask, what other payments do I have to make after I purchase this property? The next question you must ask is, how much is the service charge? And what exactly does this service charge cover? Is it annual service charge? Is it a monthly service charge? And how is this service charge reviewed? How is it increased over time? Transparency would help you avoid future disputes. Now, the next question you want to ask is, who manages the estate in the long term? Does the developer manage the estate? Is there a facility management company? Or is it left for the residents to manage their community themselves? You need to ask. Now, the next question you should ask is, can I install solar in my house? It's funny that we have to ask this question in 2026, but it's what it is. This is becoming a major issue where some estates, especially in Lagos, ban external solar panels. They ban generators and all that. So you need to be sure if you are allowed to use solar as an alternative means of power in your house, to be sure what you're getting into. Another very sensitive question you should ask is, what is the water supply and waste management system? Is it a central water supply? Is it individual boreholes? You need to be sure. Recently, we have seen a number of developers in Lagos, I'm not sure of other states, right? Developers have introduced pay-as-you-use system for waste and water. So the same way we have prepaid meter for lights, you now have prepaid for water, which is something I consider, we're not ready for that in Nigeria yet. That's what I think at this time, right? So be sure of what you're getting into, be sure of what you're signing up for. Ask, what is the water and waste management supply system? Another question you must ask is, what are the payment plans, and what's the interest on the payment plan? If you're going for a 3 months, 6 months, or 12 months, payment plans are fantastic, but you need to read the fine print, know the interest you're paying to avoid, so much back and forth. Another question you must ask is, what is the future development plan for this area? It matters because infrastructure drives appreciation and value for your property. So you need to know what's going to happen in this area in the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years. All right. Then lastly, you need to ask, what is the local rental value what's the local rental value? Especially if you're looking for rental income, right? You want to buy a 2-bedroom or 3-bedroom, you want to put it on rent. You want to ask, what is the local rental value, right? And what types of properties are in high demand in this area? You don't want to buy a property with 8 bedrooms in a location where what is most in demand is a 3-bedroom family home, 4 bedrooms family home, and you have an 8 bedroom in such location. You would barely get someone to lease such kind of property, right? Your property is not secure if you do not have control, if you cannot resell, if you cannot enjoy that property. It's not an asset, it's a liability. So ask all of those questions, and for your safety, for your convenience, okay? You are welcome. All right, so let me know if you found this video helpful. Let me know if you learned a thing or two, and if you have any questions, you can drop it in the comment section and I will respond. And if you know anybody who wants to buy a property in Nigeria who needs to see this video, copy the link, share it to their WhatsApp, let them watch and learn and avoid future problems. All right, once again, I'm Madam Landlady, and what do? I provide digital housing solutions, and I help you grow your net worth through investing in safe and profitable real estate. So I'll see you in my next video. Thank you for watching.